to infinity. And quick news! Microsoft has trademarked a new logo and it looks like it could be the new Series X logo. The trademark doesn't just cover consoles, by the way, as posters, bags, trading cards and even jewellery are covered, but nothing has been confirmed by the company itself. We do know we'll get more Series X news soon, so hopefully we'll get an official logo reveal just like we got off Sony. Microsoft revealed the PC system requirements for Flight Simulator. This game is going to be huge and you probably need quite high-end hardware just to run it. Ideally you'll need an AMD Radeon 7 or an Nvidia RTX 2080, but a Radeon RX 590 or Nvidia GTX 970 will run it. You'll need a minimum of 8 GB of RAM, but they do recommend 32 GB, which is insane. For a processor, you'll need at least a Ryzen 3 1200 or an i5 4460, but Microsoft recommends the Ryzen 7 Pro 2700X or the i7 9800X. The headline requirement, however, is the sheer size this game will take up on your hard drive. You'll need 150 GB of space just to store this game, which is no surprise as it is basically using the entire world map. In the final bit of Microsoft news, they've revealed the full range of Cyberpunk 2077 branded Xbox One hardware. This includes some headphones, a couple of styles of consoles, and quite simply, my favourite looking controller I think I've ever seen. Bethesda is investigating a bug reported by players in which Fallout 76's new NPCs are looting items from their corpses and then keeping them. Basically, when these players are killed in the game, they respawn, missing some of their expensive weapons and with the ammo that goes with it. These weapons are in the hands of an NPC near you, showing that they're looting your corpse. The worst thing is though, you can't loot them back. This is a problem in a game all about trying to get yourself loot, including good, expensive weapons that can take hours of saving up just to get. Now onto some movie news, and there's quite a bit of it this week, so where better to start than with Scoob. Warner Bros has announced that the theatrical release of Scoob has been cancelled due to cinemas being closed through the pandemic. Instead of releasing in theatres, Scoob will release on premium video on-demand services for $19.99 for a 48-hour rental, or a premium digital ownership for $24.99 starting on May the 5th, 2020. In more Warner Bros news, the release dates for the upcoming DC films have officially been shifted, with The Batman now coming out on October the 1st, 2021, rather than June the 25th, 2021. The Flash has moved forward a month to June the 3rd, 2022, whilst Shazam 2 has been pushed back to April the 1st, 2022 from November the 4th, 2022. 3 weeks after Marvel announced all of its new dates for Phase 4 of its films, they've changed the dates for the next Thor and Doctor Strange films. Thor Love and Thunder will now come out on February the 11th, 2022 instead of February 28th, whereas Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness will now come out on March the 25th, 2022 instead of November the 5th, 2021. Sony has finally released its new film schedule, with many movies being pushed back due to COVID-19. Of the Sony films, the big ones are undoubtedly the next Marvel Spider-Man film, which will now come out on the 11th of May 2021 instead of July the 16th, 2021, and the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sequel, which will now come out on the 10th of July 2022 instead of August the 4th, 2022. Venom 2, which now has an official title, Venom Let There Be Carnage, has been pushed back to June the 25th, 2021 instead of October the 2nd, 2020, whilst the Uncharted movie will now come out July the 16th, 2021 instead of October the 8th, 2021. Lionsgate has announced they're developing a feature film adaptation of Suzanne Collins' prequel novel, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is a prequel book to The Hunger Games and focuses on an 18-year-old President Snow before his presidency. There's no word yet on casting or release date, but Francis Lawrence, who already directed Catching Fire and Mockingjay 1 and 2, will helm the film. Now on to the big games out this week, brought to you by CPD Caer Clwyd, a new football club formed in Denbigh, North Wales by some of my closest mates. They've set up a website where you can help fund them, so for more information, please follow the link in the description to help them out. Once again, there's only really one, and this week it's XCOM Chimera Squad. This is kind of a spin-off XCOM game and has some pretty decent reviews. Some of the new systems work really well and the game's really fun to play. So if you like this sort of game, I highly recommend picking this up. So that's all the quick news you get this week. I'll be back on Wednesday with a new Games to You video, and next week for more quick news right here on Huntman Productions.